It's time to hop back in our '66 Chevy Suburban and take another Louisiana road trip.
Funding for this program was made possible by the Foundation for Excellence in Louisiana Public Broadcasting and by viewers like you. Thank you.
If you love to take pictures and nature, you can't ask for a better trip than this. We're heading into the bayou for a photography field trip with world-renowned photographer C.C. Lockwood. C.C. Lockwood is a man immersed in his career as a nature photographer. Over 40 years ago, his passion opened many eyes to a hidden and beautiful Louisiana, a treasure called the Atchafalaya Basin. It is the largest existing wetland in the United States. Most people had never heard of it until 1979, when National Geographic published his pictures that showcase the delicate ecosystem dotted with the stories of hardy Cajun men and women living in the secluded backwoods. And in 2012, the United States Postal Service commissioned a commemorative stamp celebrating Louisiana's bicentennial. They selected Lockwood's Flat Lake Sunset, taken in the southern end of the Atchafalaya Basin. It was a picture Lockwood took in 1976. Lockwood has organized photography workshops in the Atchafalaya Basin since the 70s. And that's where you and I are about to sit in on an adventure of a lifetime with one of America's top wildlife photographers.
I was one of the first, I guess, to do a photo workshop. My goal is for them to learn something and appreciate nature, because, you know, I use my camera as a tool to get me out here. I like to see with my eyes, my heart, my soul as much as on the film.
Tell us a little bit about where we're at.
We're in the southeast corner of the Atchafalaya Basin, just about one of my favorite places. Just over here about 2 miles is Flat Lake, and some of the nicest sunset shots I've ever gotten were from right there. I took my sunset that was on the bicentennial postage stamp, and it was probably my 20th time out there. And I mean, I got wonderful sunset pictures, but finally everything clicked perfectly. And, you know, that was film. You know, I didn't see it for 3 days. But right when I heard that click, I knew, oh, this is what I've been coming here all these times for.
So patience helps in getting that perfect shot. So does using every part of Cece's boat. No buts about it.
Cece, this is a good day at the office.
It really is. When I'm teaching a workshop, I tell students to look at the level view at a flower. If you're always pointing down at it, it gets pretty boring. So sometimes you have to get down to eye level with it, and other times you don't. This is the Water Hyacinth. It's a noxious, exotic species that came in 1884 at the King Cotton Exposition in New Orleans. I believe the Japanese got it from South America and were giving them away at the fair, and people threw them in their ponds, and it's since taken over about 1.5 million acres of Louisiana waterways. But it has a pretty flower. I had some shots of these in my first Atchafalaya exhibit, and I called the image "Devil in Disguise," because you can see how beautiful it is, and you can see the mass of it. And this isn't even a lot. Can completely block off a lake or waterway, and then you can see how much bulk it has when it dies and sinks. It puts a little too much nutrients into the waterways, causes oxygen problems. But then on the other hand, it kind of blocks off areas and makes little wildlife refuges. It makes it hard for people to get in and disturb any wildlife.
Cece is a champion of conservation and preservation. In 2015, he teamed up with the Nature Conservancy on his latest book called Louisiana Wild, published by the LSU Press. It showcases the 280,000 acres along over 60 sites in Louisiana that is under the stewardship of the Nature Conservancy.
So my wife and I spent, we were planning on spending a year. We ended up spending 14 months, 4 or 5 days a week, trips to these 60-plus properties that they've had their foot in. And the bigger ones we went 4 or 5 times. And it was just educational, just wonderful for me.
Lockwood educates us through his 220 color photographs, including the Abita Creek Flatwoods Preserve near Covington.
And that has boardwalks, and it goes through longleaf pine restoration, where the carnivorous plants, have you ever seen the pitcher plant that comes up like a little trumpet?
Yeah, yeah.
An insect crawls in and gets stuck, and they digest it. Just wonderful fields of that, and a couple of kinds of orchids, all kinds of wildflowers, and waist-high prairie grass, little blue stem grass. It's just pretty neat. Then another easy access is what most people call Lake Martin, but they call it Cypress Island Preserve, and it's actually their largest, and they're one of their premier properties. And you know, you could take swamp tours, go canoeing, fishing, walking. Except during alligator nesting season, they close the trail because some of the alligators nest right on that trail. But it is a bird watcher's paradise. Beautiful cypress swamp around the lake, and then in the spring, of course, the rookery that everybody's heard about, the great egrets and roseate spoonbills that nest pretty close to the road around the lake.
His adventures included even the smallest of the Nature Conservancy's projects, like this hidden North Louisiana gem in the hills of Jackson Parish known as Schoolhouse Spring.
But then they had little unique places, I was determined to go to every one. And they said, don't go to Schoolhouse Spring. It's only 38 acres, and the hurricane knocked down a bunch of trees. It's hard to get in there. You have to go through this private property and get permission. And so we went anyway, and the owner was very nice. It's beautiful, and then you finally find the spring. And it is crystal clear water up against this hillside bluff, just bubbling out of the ground. Little salamanders under every log, and birds chirping, and beautiful damselflies. So just little gems like that. And it's one of our favorite places.
And as sunset nears, we head back toward Flat Lake, just in time to discover a quiet surprise in the Louisiana wild.
That's an owl.
Yeah, it's a great horned owl.
That's an owl.
That is rare. Be up the top of a tree like that.
That is beautiful.
Largest owl in Louisiana. Now's the time to shoot. He's looking at you with both eyes.
As we enjoy the nature at the front of the boat, there's another treasure awaiting. All we have to do is turn around. It's time to witness another beautiful Flat Lake sunset.
It's a pretty one.
This is the money hour, isn't it? This is just prime time, huh?
No wind, flat surface. And no mosquitoes on me yet.
So far, so good.
A photography field trip with CC Lockwood is as good as it gets. Not to mention, you will likely take home some priceless souvenirs. Just a few reminders of the abundance of natural beauty that surrounds our unique state. And let the Louisiana light shine on you wherever you may live. And that's the end of this road for now. Louisiana has so many great travel destinations to enjoy, so get on out there. And I hope to see you next time on my Louisiana Travels. Maybe I'll see you out there.
Funding for this program was made possible by the Foundation for Excellence in Louisiana Public Broadcasting and by viewers like you. Thank you.
it.